and if he doesn't, that's great too. Let me know when you're ready.
I am ready, sir.
All right, I don't need this. Thank you for printing these out. I don't need to open this then. All right, so we'll call to order at 6:01. Attendance roll call. Everyone's here but Dwight. Approval of the agenda. Get a motion to approve the agenda, or if anyone has any additions, we can add additions in and then approve an amended agenda. Any additions?
Oh, sorry.
Yep, oh, you're good.
I was going to say second.
All right. So I guess I'll make a motion then.
Oh,
You'll-
sorry, I thought
nope,
that's what you said you
okay.
were.
Yep, and you'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Nope, all right. Approval of the minutes that Mark sent out from August 2025. They are, if you didn't see them already, they are also here. Oh. So if everyone is all right, I can make a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
Second?
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, no public comment. Moving right along. All right, so Bath Fest, we're just gonna have this as a standing item. I have a proposal that I also am all right to not do. I was trying to think about generating some ideas now. So we can do like a sticky wall thing if we want to generate some ideas quickly and then kind of group them into these like definite, possibly, and nope, not this year. Or we can just do a out loud brainstorm. Does anyone have a preference for doing like, so the sticky wall, the way it would work is we'd all have, some of these, we would find a spot that we wanted to stick them up. You've probably all done some form of this at something. And then we could start to group them together. So we may have ones where we all write down or where some people write them down or ones that are similar. So we could group those together and then we could put them in categories of definite, possibly, or no / not this year. Or we could just brain dump and write them down. Preferences?
Yeah, I think that's a fun idea to do.
Sticky notes?
Yeah.
All right. Pass them all the way down to, I think, you all good to participate?
You want us to?
Yeah, definitely. You can just take those up. Right, you'll just put one idea per sheet,
Okay.
and that way we can sort them out. And if you need more sheets, we've got more sheets also.
These are
I've got
ideas
pens
for
also.
what now?
For Bath Fest for next year in terms of activities. So it could be things like, here, let's do, some things.
what?
It could be like, yellow socks.
Yellow.
That one's, yeah, that one's not gonna take that one. Let's see. Brown one, those should all show up well. Yeah, so it might be things like, carnival rides, or petting zoo, or, you know, and including things that we probably know we will do, like bounce houses, food trucks. Could be like 4-on-4 soccer, could do the 5K again, so it can definitely be things that we have already done. And just do, we'll probably generate a, yeah, there's a good amount here. If you fill your things out, there's more here, come and grab them.
So one idea
So
per
one
sheet.
idea per sheet, and it probably helps if you write them, well, you can write them whichever way you'd like to write them, but write them big enough so that when we stick them up on the wall, we can all kind of see them and read them.
Okay.
So why don't we take, what do we think minute wise? Do we want to take 3 minutes, 2 minutes? Four is kind of a long time. You kind of want to just like dump out.
I think 3 is good.
3 is good? All right. And again, like, don't think too much about it. Don't think, oh, we're not going to do that.
So we put down things that we've already done too?
Or things that, yeah, so we can put things that have already happened, just so that what I wanna do is take these then and have like, I'll create like a list of things like, we definitely wanna do these again, or definitely wanna do these, and then sort out from there. So, alright, so we'll go 3 minutes. You can just stick them, yeah, on this here, and then we'll go stick them up there. We might even sort them while we do them. we got about a minute to go. This obviously isn't the end all be all, like if something doesn't get up there and we think of it in the future.
Yeah, of course.
Alright. If you've got some in your brain, you can dump them out.
Ooh, this is scented. I was like, man, something smells nice. Now, don't be offended. I didn't write any of the ones that we already had. That doesn't mean I didn't like them. I like the things that were there. I just didn't, I wanted to add the new ideas to it.
That's perfect, because
So
I
if
added ones
the
that.
old ones aren't on there, then
Yep,
I
so
would vote
that's
for those
great.
two.
Alright, so first step, where do we wanna do this? Maybe
Probably over there.
over there, yep, alright, so you can grab them. Start sticking them up there. If you see someone else's that is like the same as yours,
Group them?
group them together. If you don't, you will group them anyways, but so if you don't see them.
I don't think I spelled that right, so don't make fun of me, please.
This is not a spelling test.
It's close enough.
Okay.
We know
We
what
know
it
what
means.
it is, yeah. For my job, when I started it, they had us do this like writing for government and business course that was like a third-party course, and like literally started with a spelling test, and it was like, you just lost me because we have spell check for a reason.
Any help putting yours out?
Sure, if you wanna
Okay.
grab them, yeah. I thought I had found the ones that I saw up there.
Gotta improve my tub.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oops, sorry.
I gave my tub to the bike shop. Trek.
Oh,
That's it. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. If you'd like to be sponsored, you can do anything you want to it for free. So, I gotta fix the tires.
That's what the tape is for. Did you tape?
No,
No, it's
this
not-
was a
alright.
duplicate to that.
Alright. Note to self, don't write sideways, they don't.
Yeah, you thought that was a good
I
idea.
thought it was a good idea to write bigger, but. Lesson learned.
Gravity.
How's it going, Dwight?
Not good.
Not good?
Oh, no.
I'm afraid I'm here because I was wanted to make sure quorum got met, but I won't be able to stay as long as I would like.
All right. Do what you need to do. If you need to go, we do have a quorum, so,
Somebody stole my shoes while I was at the river helping them clean the river.
Oh, no.
It was kind of funny, but like, really? He stole my shoes? Actually, they stole one.
Oh, that's helpful.
That's even
What's
worse.
good that you're gonna do 'em?
Right.
Maybe they only had one foot.
all right, that's all my fault. I take the blame for it.
No, you're good.
All right. So I think let's,
Those are all kind of rights.
yep. Right. Awesome. All right, so we got our next step done of grouping them. So
There you go.
let's see about getting them into yeses, nos, and maybes. So, let's start with some groups.
Tub
So
races.
tubs are for sure. You gotta stick one over
Yep.
there. Tubs are a yes, right? We're all in agreement with that?
Yes.
Alright. Food trucks are a yes again?
Yes.
Car show is a yes again?
Yes.
$5K is a yes again? You feeling, yeah, alright, that seems successful and. I think we can say bounce houses, dunk tanks, are all doable again. Craft show is that. Trying to do the easy ones here first. We don't need a lot of discussion. Oh, arts and crafts or art show. Alright, so these are different, right? And so. Say, so we have community art project or arts and craft area. Do those seem different?
Yeah, the one, when I said arts and crafts, I meant like an area set up like where people could like make something and maybe take it home, like if we could have someone come in and make something or whatever. But the community art project's also fun. I love when they did the art for down at the restrooms at Wisconsin, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
So this seems easily doable, right? That might even be like a library thing. They have a lot of art available or a lot of art supplies available. So that's a new one. I'm just gonna write a little N, or just write new, and that's a yes.
okay.
Petting zoo, we have a number of those. So is that it's been there in the past, right? None of us have been around that long. I feel like it had. It at one point did.
See, I don't ever remember a petting zoo.
No?
But, and I've been going to ever since I lived here,
Okay.
but
We could
doesn't mean
ask
it's
people
not
that raise
a
animals.
doable thing.
So I feel like there was some discussion with this and that possibly Peacock could do that or otherwise.
Yeah.
Is this we're not putting these in permanent categories, is this a good idea maybe?
Maybe if we find people that wanna do it.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
definitely worth exploring.
Alright, no one's feeling a no on that?
Yeah,
Okay, great, so that's a maybe.
okay.
Making easier donations, we know that's a yes. Yeah.
What is that one?
Making donations easier, like, which we talked about, we knew that was a plan. Face painting, I feel like is a yes, that's a kind of in that group of things we did that went well and that people liked. Fire hose water ball. Anyone that put that wanna say
Oh,
what that is?
yeah, I wrote that down. So that's a thing that the fire department has done before. I don't think they've done it for a long time, but they've all talked about bringing it back.
Okay,
They basically have like a giant ball and then they have two hoses on the end and then they try to like get the ball all the way to the other side. It's kind of like a tug of war type thing.
okay,
Yeah.
Nice.
that seems doable,
Is it something that the fire department does or like spectator?
Yep,
okay,
the
so
fire
people
department
just
does
come
it.
and watch it?
Yeah.
and then we cheer
Nice.
for it,
Yep.
okay. We aren't giving people, random people fire hoses?
No, yes, darn, I was like, that'd be fun, I'm just kidding.
Alright, so is that a yes? Well, but we'd have to ask them, but
Yeah.
it's something they're interested in.
Yeah, they've talked about it on their
Okay.
own, so I think it's something they'd wanna bring back.
Okay, so do we wanna put that in a yes with them
Yeah,
approving it or them being a part of it?
And they would manage it too?
Yep.
Yeah, they were down there for most, they did the first aid tent, so they had someone there most, or multiple people there all of the time, and, yeah. Alright. Parade, I think is a yes.
yes.
Alright. Mechanical bull. That was a Lydia request after.
Yeah, I think that's a maybe one to look into, you know, depending on cost and things, people like them. I think it's fun to watch people get thrown off,
Yeah.
so.
She was trying to come up with things that other, like, older kids, but
Yeah.
still kids could do.
Right?
Basketball and soccer tourney.
Yes, I think those are both good options to look into and see if they're doable with, other clubs, you know, the community's helping them out doing it. I know they're a lot of work, and so that's why we'd have to get, you know, someone like the basketball club and soccer club to join in, but I
Yeah.
think that's something definitely to look into.
Yeah. And I'm saying ahead of time that James is not going to manage the basketball tournament. If he's doing the 5K the same
Right.
day and that's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
so like you said, so I think those are maybes.
Okay.
Yep. Right, that goes for, but I think like you said, if the clubs are interested in doing it,
Yeah.
which we know the soccer club is, we've been trying to get together with Steve, but with,
Yeah, we just
Our-
talked about it at the last meeting, actually, and,
Okay.
there was lots of interest on their part.
okay, cool. So, this is something that James and I have talked about a little bit, it's like a fundraiser, doing a polar plunge in Park Lake this winter, is a fundraiser for Bath Fest.
Yeah.
So I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, I definitely love the polar plunge,
Alright, so is that a yes? And we'll cut a hole in the ice and we'll figure it out from there?
yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's definitely worth a looking into to see if something doable,
Yep.
but yeah, I would enter the polar plunge.
I think the sheriff's department might be willing to help us too.
Nice.
And then how, we can talk specifics on these, but like how do people just like fundraise on their own? Is that like sponsor me type thing, or I've never done a polar plunge.
I
In
would
terms
look
of like
into-
how the fundraising would work.
Yeah, individuals got proceeds, but I have to dig more into that.
Okay, so it'd be like how you like sponsor someone for every mile they run, you like on the running ones, but people could have an individual sponsorships for people. Okay, cool. I like this idea. It would be something if the
What is
public
it?
art committee, community art project, like that was down on the bathroom building at Westminster Park. If the community, or if the art committee gets up and going in some shape or form, or, that could be something for them to work towards, a first project, so.
Don't they still have one member, or?
Yeah, me.
Oh, she's here with us all the time, perfect, let's get the conversation rolling. So you'll put it as a maybe then?
Let's put it in the maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Art sale, so that could be part of a silent auction, which is something that we had talked about this year and just didn't pull it together. So, who wrote in the green one?
Was that you,
I
Sherry?
think Cheryl.
How do you feel about adding
Yeah.
/ silent auction
Yeah.
to it? Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a doable thing, I think that
Excuse me.
that's something that's been part of it in the past, right? So, is that a yes? Or a maybe for team vote?
Yeah, I think,
Yeah,
I mean,
why
technically
not?
it kinda goes along with like the craft show, right? It would
It
just be
all
someone
goes
else
together.
Yeah,
that
it could be
addition
in
to
the
it.
same area.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. Farmers market,
Yes, that's a great idea,
alright.
I think so at least.
And it just, could just be part of the
Right.
same thing, same
Yes.
area.
I forgot one, police department tug of war.
Sip and paint?
I can't remember what it was called, but you know,
That,
like,
yeah, that's going on at the library, right?
yeah.
Yeah, they've been
Wow.
doing it like once a month, I think.
Yeah, like drink some wine and paint do an art project.
Yeah, I thought it would just be like a fun thing to set up, so that way any age group could go up there and enjoy it, like, you know.
Yeah, and I think that, this is, before Les was off the board, this was one of the first things, or the last things that he talked about
Yes.
wanting to kinda
was.
have, and, I've talked to him a little bit since then about it, so I am good with. Is that a yes? Is that a maybe? Didn't sound like it was a no,
Maybe.
a maybe,
Alright.
alright. Carnival rides,
Yes.
another one? Everyone feeling carnival rides?
Yeah,
think
they're
that's,
definitely worth looking into and seeing
I
if it's
would
doable.
agree.
I know it was a fan favorite back in the day, so.
yeah, I agree, so.
Oh, that was good. Yes.
Karaoke?
I just thought it would be fun to like set up, like maybe have a karaoke contest or something, you know, like, people can come and do it and like any age group again could enter it and just something fun. And if we had talked about like having like live music or something, like in between, like maybe like the karaoke set up from this time to this time. And
Yeah.
then the bands perform at this time. Just something to keep, you know, it going and bring more people in.
I am alright with karaoke. Especially during, during the day, and
Yeah.
are we feeling like that is a maybe, a yes?
Yes.
Seeing heads nod is a yes?
Yes.
Alright. I love this idea, I don't, who wrote this one?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, because I've never seen someone bring carnival games per se to like, you know, this, but then I thought about the video game truck and I thought, man, people probably would, you know, love to probably pay to come and play those games with friends and meet up and so.
yeah,
What is that? What's this?
a video game truck?
And there's one locally?
I don't know, but I know one of the kids' friends got invited to one, so there must be.
Yeah,
I've never looked
yeah.
into it personally, but it's like this giant, like almost like a semi, and it pulls up and it's just got a bunch of games there and they set it up all for you and then you can pay to play like your games and stuff and I mean I don't know a lot about video games and things like that, but the kids seem to love it and so I thought it was a fun one to.
Yeah, I like that idea, that's not something that's
There is
come
one
up.
locally,
There- okay.
'cause Ryder had, a friend's birthday party where the parents rented one. for the
Yeah.
Okay.
Birthday party, so that was in Lansing.
Okay,
Yep.
I would think that would be popular, yeah. And if it's revenue generating, I mean, that's one of the one of the things that we didn't have, really, that we don't have a lot of is revenue generating activities, so that, you know, adding the carnival rides and the video game.
Yeah. So yes?
I think I'm okay with the yes. So music, beer tent, those seem to be yeses, just it's a matter of figuring out how to legally do it and then how to share revenue from that as well.
Yeah.
So, one of the things we had talked about is that the, coffee shop may do a beer and wine license, they aren't sure yet, but they may do that. And then it may be something where they could set up a tent and they could handle the alcohol end of it. And then that we may end up doing like the door charge or something, you know, if there's but definitely have to check with legal counsel and make sure all of that. But if, you know, we got X amount per person or to come in for the door and
Right.
there was an entry fee, then, yeah. And we were just down in Mason at Sun-Dried and they had a beer tent and I didn't ask how they did it, but one of our friends is a big sponsor of it. I'll ask him if they do, like a cover charge to get into the beer tent and then also like obviously to buy beer. So I can ask him or if he didn't run it, but I can ask him who ran it there and get in touch with them.
Yeah, and something to think about is some local kids from Bath play in bands from School of Rock. And
Yeah.
they travel around to different like parks and festivals in the area and play, and it might be fun inviting them to come and then the kids could come watch their friends play and
Yeah,
stuff.
I think having more bands would be
Yeah,
good, yeah.
So this is
That-
a yes, right?
Yeah, that was like it's sun-dried, they had two stages, one was like the main stage and then one was a little smaller stage. And there were a bunch of like middle and high school age kids that were on the other stage and they were really good. like,
Awesome.
So, but yeah.
With regards to the beer tent, could we like have people pay to enter and then also bring their own beer and,
You can't bring your own,
anyway, okay.
yeah, because we can't really like,
Regulate
that's
a
usually,
recipe
you usually
for
can't do that
disaster.
with licenses.
Okay.
So, and you usually need a license in order to even do the beer tent.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a. Alright. Fireworks?
They used to be a fan favorite, and
Yeah.
I know they're expensive, but you
It's
know, fireworks
liability
is a fun
too is an
thing.
issue, I think, with the township, but.
I think this is a maybe with a like want to do it. I think enough
Yeah.
people want this. It's been done in the past. It looks like you can do a pretty decent, not a huge, a decent show for like $5,000-ish, $5,000 to $7,000. Not like again, not like a huge one where like they set it up. Like there's some place because we looked into it for this year. There's like you can go take the class and they show you how to do it and you get like some type of license. I don't know if it's a license, some type of like certificate that you can do these now. I don't wanna do that. I don't think we want anyone to do that. It's a pay for the company to do it all.
You would put it as a maybe then?
I think a maybe, yeah,
Okay.
with I think that's a budget,
Okay.
be more than anything else, so. And then someone brought up a tractor pull, that they used to do like souped up lawn tractor pulls, at Bath Fest, so I only wrote it because of that. I'm not sold on it, it can be, I don't know where to do it or what, but that can be a no for me, or it can be a maybe. I'm
I
indifferent.
think if we could put it as a maybe, I think it's worth talking to more about and looking
Okay.
into, cause it would take a lot of logistics, I think.
Yes.
with Finding things, but.
One more.
Alright, wait. Oh, this is the slow person 5K? Is that what it is? The tortoise 5, or do you
I
have
had
to
it-
walk like a tortoise?
I just, no, there's no no's, so I'm hoping to pitch that as a no.
Oh,
I'm hoping that idea gets shot down.
alright, this is a no, a
just
tortoise
need a
5.
no.
Unless, are we racing tortoises?
Yeah, you're racing tortoises.
Oh, I thought we
For
had to
5K.
act like for 5,000?
No, for
Oh,
a
for
5K,
5K.
yeah, so you think about how long
That
that
is a
would be.
no.
That'd be
Definitely.
like 2 days.
Sorry, it's a not yet.
Yes, but not yet, we don't have a no.
Guys just aren't open to new ideas.
Yeah,
I didn't have it on a piece of paper, but I also thought like doing like a movie night during it, like, you know, the weekend of, they really liked it at the soccer one, at the library one, and maybe try and incorporate that into one of the night events.
did you record these, Mark?
Yep.
You did, okay, great.
Movie night sounds like a good idea though.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because then if parents wanna go to the beer tent and kids wanted to go to the movie, if they're close to each other.
So is that being added as a yes or a maybe?
Let's
We
add it
added
as
that?
a maybe, yeah, the, movie night. Alright, so I will take, before next meeting, well, they'll be in the notes, but before next meeting, I'll take all of those and sort of get them in. Well, Mark's got them in a typed form, but get them in a way and kind of put some questions around what we need to do for them, and then the idea of this was, if we look down at the bottom, we skip over the budget and sponsorships, it was sort of, well, I guess we can just do those. So I wanted to get this kind of stuff set, because that's gonna impact what the budget and sponsorships look like, especially budget, and then sponsorships, I always feel like if I'm gonna sponsor something, I wanna know like what I'm sponsoring, not just like, give to this thing, you know, and so if we're like, these are the things that are happening, we can start to put together sponsorship packets early to be able to go out and be like, you know, this is the fireworks, this is the, in general, or this is, yeah, so. And we know if we need to be asking for more or less, depending on what our budget starts to look like.
Sure.
And then timeline, I think we can do in our next meeting, so taking those and then being like, when do we need to contact these places? Who's gonna be responsible for them, which Mark has been saying how we did for the farm to fork, start to do that now, so we can work backwards, so it doesn't get to be May, and we're like, alright, let's go. So, we pulled it off this year, I would rather not have it be that long. Alright. So we don't need to do anything with that stuff now. Thank you for generating ideas, and especially new ones too, and confirming ones that we're gonna do again, so.
Yeah, great idea, it was fun.
All right, vacancies, do you have applications? Do you have an
I
application from?
have two currently.
Okay.
Supervisor Hewens Bliss is just waiting until strategic planning is done since committees were part of that. So he's just waiting until that is wrapped up, which should be finished. The board should approve it sometime in October.
Oh, okay,
So after that point, then we'll revisit appointments.
okay. Can you communicate with Mark? Not yourself.
Yeah, not yourself.
And then, Cassie is the other one, right? Alright, so I will, Miles probably knows, but I will reach out to her and let her know that that's where we're at. So, cool. And then I think no matter what, like we have two people that wanna be engaged or involved, no matter how it shakes out in whatever structure it ends up being, I think we should make sure to keep them, those two people put in an application, like, let's find some spots for them. Alright, new business, trunk or treat is on October 23rd. That's not our event, but Sandra is running it, and she was wondering if we wanted to have a table there as Bath Fest. I would volunteer to do it, but it's our anniversary, and while Drew is very supportive of my volunteering time, that she is not going to be supportive of that. So, is anyone, we will have another meeting before then, but she would probably Sandra would probably wanna know if we wanted to have a table there, it would be giving out some candy and probably just having, talking about the tub races, maybe we would print out some pictures, we could think about what like materials would look like, for that. So I think the question, I guess there's two questions, one is, do we wanna have a table there? And if we do, is there someone that can be there for that time frame? And I can't, but I would help get materials together if that, if we decided that we wanted to have a table there.
It might be fun to have a table there if we had like a list of like upcoming programs and things and like information for them, you know, kind of thing, but I think just to have a table, probably not, but if we had things that we needed to get out to the community, that would be a good way to see lots of people, especially people with kids. But if we didn't, then maybe not, but that's just my opinion.
So could we do a thing for the rec, not just Bath Fest? That would be, so Sandra's asked us for Bath Fest, but yeah, thinking bigger about it. Are there things, James, that not that you would be there for, but that you would think, would it be worthwhile to have a list of upcoming activities? Or materials to hand out? And I think I want to preface this by saying, like, no is a completely okay answer, like, we don't have to have a table
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I think it's worth, thinking about and what exactly will be promoting. It's a lot of people to hit, so.
Yeah,
And a little candy to pass out too.
Yeah, I'm with Carolyn. I mean, I think that I think it's a good idea. I think like James said, I mean, it's definitely great exposure. And the parents and everybody's walking by at a very slow pace. So you get people that are constantly stopped in front of the table. I think it's great exposure, but I think that like, we should, if it's something we're gonna do, we should think about, be thoughtful about what we're trying to promote or share out or whatever, that we're just not just having a table passing out candy.
And I think, since we all say it's a great idea, maybe that's a, 2026.
okay,
And we start getting our stuff together, we wanna promote and all that good stuff.
But if she gets a low turnout and doesn't get a lot of people who are gonna set up booths, I think that it'd be okay, and I would be willing to go up there and set up a booth for us, so that way she had people to pass out candy. If
Okay.
that makes sense,
that makes sense, yes. My guess is this is not gonna be, given past years, it's not going to
Yeah,
be a low
just
turnout
keeps
or a
getting
low
bigger.
number, but.
No, it never usually is,
Yeah, but-
just in case.
Yeah, alright, so I can follow up with her this week. And let her know that,
I've worked at them before with soccer, but I lose track of all 6 of my kids really quick, and there's so many people there, and so it makes me nervous, and so that's why I wasn't quick to jump up and say I would, just because my kids usually like to attend a event.
Yeah.
And, I don't want to lose Parker, he is crazy.
I like the idea of,
He just turned 5.
I like the idea of being like, thinking about 2026 and what materials, you know, like, is there a like rec brochure that we could work on, like a trifold or something like that, that has a, you know, all of the programming or highlights the programming, which would give you a post 1 year of being here to then be able to put something, you know, like that. 'Cause I think then that would be, I mean, we could promote like online registration now, we could promote the different programs, we could talk about the farmer's market, we could talk about, you know, Bath Fest, we could talk about each of, in that trifold, there could be, you know, the little kickers, the flag football, the, little sluggers, like all of those things.
Even like a volunteer sign-up sheet for volunteers for Bath Fest.
Yeah.
You know, like, if you're willing to help out or looking to, you know, we'll have upcoming meetings, please put your information here so we can contact you about the upcoming meeting, you know, for volunteers, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so what I'm hearing is I will talk to her this week, tell her that if she's low on numbers for tables or vendors, that we can do something and hand some things out and, ideally we'd do it more in 2026, that seems like, that's the consensus? Cool. Alright, for farmer's market, we talked a little bit about it last month. This is just a placeholder on here,
What did you do what did you say, farmer's market?
oh, sorry, yes, I skipped the
No.
part discussion because it was longer than the farmer's market one, alright. So let's do the monthly park discussion and then we'll do the farmer's market, cause that's just sort of a placeholder there. Alright, so what Carolyn had suggested, which is a great idea, is that each month we take one of the parks that's in our 5-year plan, kind of revisit it, talk about it, look at what was said in here, look at the goals, and then, this first one, there actually are not, on the table 7.1, the last 2 pages, there's not a, section for Wiswasher, because of how developed, I think it was because of how developed
Yes.
it was, that we weren't saying we needed to do more things there. But I think there are a couple things to talk about with the park there in general. So one, I think gets used all the time, every time, I just drove by there again on the way here, and like, it was not full, but there were plenty of, a good amount of people there using it, so, I think that's great.
Yes.
The pour in place looks really good, that was something that was just done. I've had a few different people talk to me about, or ask me, maybe not talk, I guess talk to me is fine, about the, water still running on to that now. And I know at one point there was there were engineered drawings to move that water away from there. Do we know if those still exist, which I guess is yes, and
Yes.
what the sort
So,
of priority is of
part
that?
of the issue with that is that was an all-encompassing thing of including reconstruction of the parking lot. Doing that is quite expensive, I think it was $170,000 if I remember correctly. What is happening right now is before, the end of fall, DPW is gonna be, it's kinda hard to explain, there's like a little triangular part of the parking lot, like when you drive in and then if you go
Oh,
like
yeah.
left, look, so we're gonna get rid of the triangle part.
Okay,
And we're gonna fill that in and reseed it, so we're gonna dig it all up to get rid of the limestone that's there. We're gonna put topsoil back down, and then we're going to hydroseed it. That's gonna help with some of the erosion that's happening there.
because it flows down into
Yes,
that
cause it
spot,
flows
right,
down
and then
into
it
there,
flows
and a lot of
out.
it is funneling into that triangle area where there
Okay.
isn't a lot of, grass to like help absorb a lot of it.
Yeah.
The other problem is Wow, that was really loud. The other problem is that the main drain that is down there is actually higher than the playground.
Oh.
So there's gonna have to be some rerouting done with that, which is probably not gonna be able to happen until next spring, but
Okay.
that is on DPW's
Design
mind
issue,
currently.
kind of.
Cool.
So they don't think they'll have to redo the whole surface again,
The parking lot does still need to be redone, it's just not funded for next year's budget.
or the playground area,
The playground, the pouring place already got done?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
but the water's still converging in there.
Yes, it will, I mean, it'll still happen even when it does rain, but it will still probably last the same amount of time that it did last time, which it went well over its 10-year period that it should have gone.
Yeah.
But we're trying to extend it even longer with rerouting the water if possible.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I just noticed a couple of things about the park, and I didn't know if there was ways for us to fix it or improve it. So like just, some of the play equipment, for instance, like the tetherball thing hasn't had a ball in quite some time. And I didn't know if that was something that we could have them add, put another one on. Like, I don't know how we go about fixing that kind of stuff. Like, it's not like on this plan obviously here, but like with upkeep of the equipment, but the tetherball park has been gone for so long. And I didn't know also, did we ever, when we bought what's that little game called? That little cage. they get
Gaga
it-
ball?
Yes. Did we get balls for that too? Like that we could put down there for them to play with or no?
So we did have balls and then people stole them.
Ah,
So now it's kind of a bring your own ball type
Sure.
of situation.
okay. That makes sense. But the tetherball thing, I thought maybe if we could get one back up, and then also like that part of that toy thing, like where you spin it and it's supposed to have like the balls that go through. It looks like if we just took like the 2 screws out and then cleaned it and then put 2 new, like those kind of balls that you have in the ball pits, like those little plastic
Yeah.
balls or whatever. They just need those ones. They just deflated inside of it, and so it doesn't do anything. But
okay.
it looks like an easy fix, and I just didn't know if, doing like things like that, it makes the park, look so nice, and like the kids, like I said, they're always there using it. And so I just thought we could add those couple things to it. It would be nice, easy fixes.
What is will you describe the last one to me again?
It's that thing,
It's like a
it
gear
spins
thing.
it. It's like you can see through on both sides, and
Yep.
you can spin it, and it's got these little holes that the balls are supposed to like spin
Oh,
and
yes.
fall through it.
Yeah.
And so the balls have just like over time, like I don't know if they just got too hot or something, but they deflated and they're collapsed.
Okay.
And so you can't really do anything with it. And it looks to me like there's just 2 screws on each side. If you just took it out, gave it a good cleaning, and then put 2 new balls in, it would be a usable thing again.
Okay.
And so just like things like that, and I didn't know if I could just go do that, cause I think I have a couple leftover balls, but like, if they needed to, if those would be easy fixes for that. And then the other thing I was wondering is, I know at one point Ben had, submitted like, I'm not sure if he did a CIP for it, but like he had ideas, they submitted, I think, to the board about, putting like an all-use court, remember, on the property they purchased?
Yep.
Did that just get like shut down and then we just haven't talked about it again?
So
or-
that was submitted as a CIP and it has not been funded through the CIP process.
Okay,
I'd just kinda like to echo that, when I hear and see what's going on there, it doesn't really provide opportunities for recreation to teenagers, maybe young adults. It's really more for like young kids, and then the pavilion where people can do other things, and to be able to have something like all-purpose court could it really target that goal number 1 that we're trying to reach. On that note, it's been nice seeing you, chilled me out a little bit, and I do need to run, but keep
good
up
to
the
see
good
you,
work.
Dwight.
Thanks,
Hope you
Dwight.
find your other shoe.
I like your jacket too, by the
Thank
way.
you. Something that I was wondering is, that maybe we could just put there temporarily, oops, sorry. I just apologized to the microphone.
You're fine.
But I was fun, anyways. Just like a volleyball, court, like, just like set up like a volleyball net for like older kids or younger, whoever wanted to play with it there, until it got approved for like a bigger project. I didn't know if that'd be something that's possible, like, it doesn't have to be like a sand one, but just like a, like a volleyball net, there's not one anywhere in Bath in the area, for people to use. And I just thought it'd be an easy thing, semi-easy.
Sure.
To put in there temporarily until a bigger project got funded, and approved. Just something to think about.
Yeah,
Um,
I can talk to Ben about all of this.
Yeah, and then if he wanted us to try again for a CIP for next year or something, you know, for the all-use court, that's something that we should all probably talk about, so we can get paperwork filled out and turned in on time. So if that's something that we all were thinking about, we should probably, you know, kinda get the plan in motion, cause it takes a while to get those things filled out and turned in, and there's also those other ones that you had talked about before, Adam. You know, the different funds and things to apply for, maybe looking at one of those again, as something like that, so. Just wanna put it in the universe, so we could all think about it.
When are CIPs due again? Is that fall?
CIPs, are usually due the beginning of July,
Okay,
end of June, beginning of July.
okay.
But maybe as we go through and we talk about each of the parks, we can think about like those projects that we might apply for a CIP and like what we would want to, so we can go ahead and get one turned in for this next year and.
Yeah,
Doesn't hurt to apply at least, you know, cause
Yeah,
sometimes you might hit the jackpot and get lucky and
Yeah.
then we can just improve the park, you know?
I think, at least for the time being, probably looking at grants is gonna be best
Sure.
with the revenue issue that we have at the township currently.
Sure.
Yeah.
So definitely looking at, you know, Spark grants, other DNR grants.
Okay,
Obviously, we have to plan for those a little bit in advance, since the grant process is usually pretty
Right.
long.
yeah,
And making sure that we're, devoting ample time to it before we submit it.
yeah.
well, I think thinking about what we would want there for sure, and if it is that, you know, all use sports thing, that's worth adding to the list, because it's a heavily used park right now, and
Yeah.
having that new property right there, you know, might as well use benefit from it, so. I remember that people, like, when we went through, we did like those, you know, surveys, like, what would you want at this park, what would you need, and Dwight's not here, but him and I laughed and laughed, cause it's not something that him and I would want, but other people really posted they would love, what's that, splash pad.
Splash pad?
Yeah, splash pad. And I didn't understand it at first, because I was like, there's a lake right there, but I understand it more, you know, there's lots of different people, some people don't like lakes, some people, you know, just for lots of different reasons. So it's something that consider, you know, cause that might be a good area to put it. But just wanted to put that out there too.
Yeah. I think another option for there that would be nice, that we have heard people say, and it wouldn't have to be permanent, is some type of like live music, series. And they've got those foldable stages now that are basically like, it has all the electricity, we have to have a generator, but it's got all the lights, electricity, and they just like fold open, and there's a stage, so there's definitely been talk of something like that down there. That could be like a, you know, June, July, August type thing, or that, where it could roll in and roll out. Again, more, that's an evening thing for, you know, adults and maybe older kids too, and, alright, so I think, I like the idea of thinking about, you know, what, maybe we can talk to Ben. Will Ben be coming back to these meetings?
Yeah, so I was gonna talk about that. So, we appointed a new fire chief on
Yeah.
Friday. However, Ben will be remaining on the department as a firefighter, and
Okay.
their trainings are the same night as our meetings.
Okay.
So he may not be able to attend most of our meetings. If there's something specific that we absolutely need him here for, then we can try to work around that.
Okay,
Otherwise, I can take whatever needs to go to him
Okay.
and discuss it.
okay, good.
So maybe we could add in for next week's, or next month's, meeting agenda, as just like a, we'll talk about the new park that we're gonna move to, but also just like a touchback with Taylor,
Yep.
like, were you able to talk to Ben, and where did you fall on those? And then keep like a list of, running list of like CIP projects or grant ideas. 'cause-
Yeah. I love that idea. I will start a document for that,
Awesome, thank you.
and then maybe we can get it on the shared drive or on the, that's what it is, just on the Google Drive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So starter document for possible projects, possible park projects. So for next, so speaking of that, Carolyn, so for next month, do we wanna just go, I guess Rickard Boat Launch is the next one on this page, I know there's other ones that are on other pages, but do we wanna talk about the boat launch next week as or next month as the park? It's got 3 priorities and relates to 4 goals.
Maybe since we're thinking about trying to apply for grants that are I think they were doing the spring, right?
Most of them usually are.
Maybe we should do 2 parks next month to kind of keep it going a little bit. Maybe
Yeah.
we do that and the park of the beach.
Yeah, because those are, I mean, I kind of,
Yeah.
even with Wishwasher a little bit, but
Right.
definitely the boat launch and the beach, I think of together, so, yeah. So we'll do boat launch and beach for next month. Cool. Alright, anything else with the park right now?
Nope, not from me at least.
Alright, now on to farmer's market. What we had talked about is, this was just also just sort of a placeholder for me to remember, looking back at notes that I made from last month, that Mark had said especially, is after this season, thinking about like revisiting the bylaws, making sure we know what they say in there, right, and then thinking about promotion rolling into next year, so we can be working with James as well to you know, either identify vendors, think about how to promote it, those types of things. So there's no action items or anything right now, but I think that, you know, maybe in November, we can do a debrief from this season kind of thing, and then start thinking about next season, so we can be ready to roll, cause May will be here before we know it also.
Are you guys thinking about doing your holiday farmer's market?
Yes,
Nice.
Ashley Pass Community Center.
Yes, yep.
We set a date, I can bring that.
Yeah, we usually do the second Thursday.
I was gonna say, it's usually around the
right? Yeah,
15th or whatever,
that's what I
that,
thought,
yeah,
okay.
middle of the month, yeah. We let me see if I have it on here.
How long does it run, farmer's market now?
Through the last Thursday of October.
Yeah, so it would probably be the 11th, cause the 11th and the 18th are the second and third Thursdays.
Yeah, so
So the
probably the
18th is
11th.
getting pretty close to
Yeah.
holidays, and, yeah, and kids are done that Monday, so that day after is their last, so yeah, probably the 11th. Alright, moving on to staff reports for rec update.
We have flag football, they'll start their games, this Sunday the 14th. We have 2 teams for 2nd and 3rd grade, 2 teams for 4th and 5th grade, and 1 team for kindergarten through 1st. But the challenge is getting, volunteer coaches. You know, it's we're going to the 2nd week of practices, and I still don't have a K through 1st coach yet, so, I don't know. It's tough. It'd be nice
Yeah.
to have, parents that would step up, but yeah, I'm finding that to be a challenge, but I'll keep working on it, but we'll get them out there for Sunday. And then we have our Corey Marsh Bird Banding group visit on Saturday the 20th, from 9 to 12. So far, we have 7 registered, kid-wise, and we're looking to up that probably 30, 35, hopefully. And then we have our Puzzle Palooza on Friday, September 26th, from 6 to 8. We have a maximum team of 9 due to space. We have 4 registered right now. We still got a couple more weeks to fill that up, but, that one, people seem excited about, so.
Nice.
Finalizing details for a scarecrow decorating contest, which we're looking to run September 5th through October 16th, so families can mail in their scarecrows that they made, and we'll have different categories like best traditional scarecrow, scariest, funniest, and give out some prizes for that.
Nice.
And then for the trunk or treating on October 23rd, I reached out to Enchanted Encounters with the Wilks, and they're gonna bring over 10 characters that will be at the farmer's market for an hour and a half, and Mickey Lightyear and all those big guys. So
Awesome.
that should be fun.
Cool. Any questions for James?
Yes, for youth basketball, do you know what dates will be for sign up? Just cause I get a lot of parents who ask from the Bath Elementary parent page. And I didn't know if you knew that, so that way I could ask, or just list them down.
Beginning of November,
Yeah, it's usually November.
I have that in my
Okay.
notes. I can get that to you.
I know we had talked about, cause the one we do is normally, I think, second and third grade. And I know we had talked about possibly trying to bring back a clinic for kindergarten through first grade. I didn't know if we had, booked gyms for that or talked to like the basketball coaches, 'cause I think some of the varsity coaches used to help out with that. Was supplying like a curriculum and things like that, as far as I remember at least. We still had volunteer coaches, but, were we still thinking about doing that, or?
Yeah, and I wanna do it with flag football, and I reached out, and I know people are busy, I reached out to the coach, over the, spring, and,
Sure.
and hadn't heard back yet, but I wanna do that for each, sport. So the varsity players for football, run a clinic for the 3 to 5-year-olds, and then basketball. And I think, the kids seeing them in their jersey will be super cool. It's almost like a feeder program too, so definitely looking to, and it might be a 2026 thing, but definitely looking to connect with coaches and build those relationships and get those programs going. And if anyone has connection with coaches or anything, I would be happy to, be introduced and sit
Sure.
down and meet with them.
I don't have a connection, but I have like email addresses. I don't know them personally, I don't think, like the basketball coaches, I mean, but I have like email addresses and names if that's helpful for you. But I also think it's on the Bath Community Schools website.
Yeah.
It's kinda hard for me to navigate the new website, but that's just cause I haven't played around with it a bunch, but I'm sure it's there somewhere.
Yeah, I have their email address.
Okay,
And I can do the introduction for the JV girls coach, if that's helpful. So, and who coaches, I'll just ask who they are. I'm sure I don't know who coaches them, but I'm sure I know the people. Once I know I don't know who coaches
Yeah.
varsity basketball.
yeah, I can't remember if it's Mr. Papama, Mr. Sowa, Mr. Vitsky, I don't remember at this
Vitsky
point,
does
but.
girls, just girls JV. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
if he does. I'll see him tomorrow at Lydia's golf. He coaches girls golf too, so he's the JV girls coach. I'll just ask him who all the coaches are, cause I'm the same way at like,
There's so
but
many
I don't
of
think
them.
Craig is coaching anymore, so
Okay.
but I don't know if Gabe is
Sure.
doing that or if he's boys or girls.
Right.
So I will get you a list of the basketball coaches
Okay.
tomorrow, and I'll just either text it over to you and I'll make an introduction. for
Okay,
those.
awesome.
Yes.
Mr. Vitsky likely would be very helpful, especially with like the kindergarten through first grade, basketball clinic. Because, well, he's a teacher there at the school, but also he has a younger son who's in young fives right now. And so he'd be
Oh.
of interest into it,
Yeah.
so.
I'm pretty well, I know I reached out to the football, and I'm pretty sure the basketball too. But
Okay.
like I said, I understand people are busy, and
Yeah,
we have that face-to-face meeting,
Yeah.
it helps out a lot.
right.
Yeah, I'll make that, I'll talk to Mr. Vitsky tomorrow and get that figured out. Alright, public comment? Anything from Cheryl, from the board?
Just that money's short, cause there's a lot of things that are expensive going on. Just,
And that's not unique to Bath, right, it's like,
No,
it's both
everywhere,
revenue
yeah.
and,
Just that
funding
things-
priorities shifting and being pulled.
Sounds to me like things are piling up all at one time though, right now.
That's everywhere, unfortunately,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Yep.
crazy.
100%. So,
That's it.
alright, any member comments?
I don't know if this qualifies as a member comment. The email.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up, that just popped into
Yeah.
my head too, yes, that's a good thing, yes, thank you for remembering that.
I brought it to Adam's attention earlier today when I was in my email. got James's email, shows up. But display name is Becca Slocum.
Do you have his email saved as Becca? Because, I've ran into that before.
I don't think I have it saved.
Because when I have just renamed
Oh, maybe, let
the,
me see here. What's this
the email
from?
address to the new person so that they
Okay.
kept the account information and all the old emails and everything.
Okay,
So sometimes even though I have changed the, like actual email address, if you had it saved under somebody, it will still be saved under that person.
Yeah, mine says James Theaton.
But then when it pops up, like above it, it has a little soccer ball icon. It's, so ours is Jay Seaton, like in Mark and mine too, it says Jay Seaton at Bath, but then the like pop out card, I don't know what they're called
Yeah,
in Google, the
mine
card.
says James.
Yours says James, okay,
Yeah.
I'll see if I have it
That's,
saved.
that's
as-
where I'm checking.
Yeah,
Because I've had it happen to a couple people before.
yeah. I'm gonna see. I will see on my end what it's, if I have it saved in there, if it's auto categorizing it or how it's, did
Yeah.
yours just change? So we, what, okay, I'll just talk to you.
delete, Becca out of your contacts.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Work IT.
I know, right?
I wasn't gonna say it.
All right,
Curious to know.
thank you for bringing that up, and I'm glad that that was an easy fix.
Thank you.
So, cool, all right, so motion to adjourn unless there's anything else at 7:04. Motion and a second?
So when you say.
I guess
you
I'll
mean your
motion.
Okay, you are.
I'll motion on that one.
Okay,
I'm
I
usually
didn't
not,
tell,
but
I'm
I
sorry,
will.
okay.
No, that's, yeah.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, adjourn at 7:04.